favor here. And if you're watching this video, it's my 25th birthday. So I kind of decided to just, talk to the camera a little bit about a couple things. I haven't done this in a minute, so bear with me. But it's the big 25, yes. If you are watching this video, it means that on the 14th of August, which will be the day I hope to release this video, I turned 25. And my prefrontal cortex is now fully developed, I guess. But I would say that in my 25 years of living, I have had quite a number of experiences. I have had quite a number of realizations, epiphanies, if you will, and lessons overall. So this is kind of also sort of a mini diary entry for myself to look back at maybe a couple years down the line or something. But I would say that these are 25 realizations that I have had to mark my big 25. So yeah, and again, this is very personal, to me. It's all about me. I'm sorry, and if you're not comfortable with that, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's get into it. 25 realizations for my big 25. Number 1, the world doesn't owe me a cent. And this is kind of like a lesson, honestly, because I feel like as human beings, we tend to go through life having a little bit of entitlement, and not necessarily like in a bad way, but sometimes we feel entitled to, being the benefactors in certain situations, maybe with friends, with family, with loved ones and things like that. Everybody has been entitled at some point in time, especially when it's in an intimate situation with friends, families, loved ones, like I said before. And at the end of the day, whether it's your friend, whether it's your family, whether it's someone that you've been very close with for the entirety of your life, the world does not owe you a cent. So the world doesn't owe me a cent. That's one thing that I've also used to kind of like cushion disappointment, or when certain things don't play out the way I expect. Because at the end of the day, you can't really fault people for choosing themselves over you. Everybody is inherently selfish, and everybody will want to choose their well-being first, as opposed to picking you over them. So yeah, the world doesn't owe me a cent, and I should not be offended by that. Number 2, I'm a little jagged around the edges, and that's okay. I don't need to be perfect all the time. And this is coming from someone that is a chronic perfectionist. Like, I live for perfection. People that work with me would actually know that I live for perfection. I am all about getting into the detail, and it scratches my brain, right? And if I don't, get that thing perfectly done, or certain things don't play out perfectly in my life, there's a problem. I start to internalize it and feel like, okay, it's a me problem. There's something wrong with me. I did something that I wasn't supposed to do, and things like that. So I would say that I'm trying to unlearn that perfectionist mindset and accept that I'm jagged around the edges, and that is completely okay. It's okay to be imperfect. I mean, this channel is literally called Perfectly Imperfect with Faith. I picked that name for a reason, because it was actually a way for me to consistently remind myself that I don't need to be perfect, God. I don't need to be perfect. I'm just a girl. Okay, number 3. I go still do business, so just you wait. Yeah, I'm reading from my laptop because I actually wrote it all down, like I like to do when I'm introspecting. And I literally wrote it like that, like, I go still do business. In case you didn't know, I used to do business, so I'm a businesswoman, and I know that I have that business acumen. There's a lot of trauma behind it, and maybe I'll do that as a story time on a podcast episode, one of these days. But the truth is, I will still do business. Like, I will still get into business, and not just business for the short while. I mean, something structured, building something that will last, that will outlive me. That's one of my ultimate goals, and I am going to see it to the end. Okay, I'm going to see it to the end. I don't know how it's going to be. That's kind of one issue, or maybe one fear that I've had, because doing business as a Nigerian in this country is kind of tricky. There are a lot of things to it. it can be very stifling, very suffocating. Many business owners will tell you that the experience isn't that great, and I don't know how it's going to be. And I don't want to be that person that would say, well, it might happen for other people, not happen for me. No, I still try to weigh all my options, but I do want to build a structured business. Not even just one, like a structured chain of businesses. So your girl is still gonna do business, believe it or not. Okay, period. Number 4, it is good to have my ego bruised every now and then. And I say this as someone that can be very like all about myself. I won't say I'm self-centered, no, but and I'm not even trying to bring astrology into it because I actually don't be doing that. But I feel like this will be very typical of my zodiac sign to not give a fuck about other astrologies. I just focus on mine. I'm a Leo. So you know that there's a little bit of arrogance right there, and I think that it's okay to have my ego bruised every now and then. Like, it's okay because it's a jarring reminder that at the end of the day I'm just a person, you know. So yeah, it's good to have my ego bruised every now and then. Number 5, things do not always go as planned, and that's okay. Again, like I said, I'm big on perfection. I'm big on laying out a plan and ensuring that that plan follows the exact way it's going to be. I remember when I was, prepping to get into the university, right? I finished secondary school at the age of 15, but by the time the admission list came out and, school was going to resume at uni, like I was already going to be 16 by then. So I graduated July, right? Finished 15. August came, I turned 16, right? And I got into school. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to, go to school, study my course 4 years. By 20, I'll be done with school. By 21, I'll be done with NYSC. By 22, I'll be thinking of my master's. And I remember something my mom said. My mom gives me like the best advice, I won't lie. She said something. She said, by God's grace. That was one thing. She said, by God's grace, like, you do not know what could happen. Anything could happen. If it is God's will that you finish by so and so time, the way you've laid it out, fine. But like, anything can happen, and it is only by the grace of God that you see through essentially everything that you plan to see through. But don't zero in on this is how it's going to be. Anything can happen, and that's fine. You get? And truly, things happened. ASO strike, COVID, what was supposed to be like a 4-year course became a 6-year course. So instead of finishing in 2021 like I planned, I finished in 2023 and I graduated. I went for my youth service, and let's just say I had to take a break because I was so traumatized from school that I was not ready to put myself back into school. You get? For my masters and everything. So truly, things don't always go as planned. That's just like one of the examples that I will give for this situation. And you would think that I would learn from that and maybe give myself more grace, but what can I say? So yeah, things don't always go as planned, and that's okay. That's something I'm trying to remind myself of, that it just won't go as planned, and that's fine. There's only so much I can control as a person, and that's okay. Okay, number 6, I like a lot of things. I have a ton of interests, and that's okay. I used to feel like I had to box myself into one particular image, and then I realized, no, I don't have to. I can be every single thing I want. I can like every single thing I like without feeling like I have to just pick one and stick with it. Does that make sense? Yes. So I'm the kind of girl that loves like a cottage core life, live in the forest, just go for a swim, connect with nature, have fun, ride horses. But at the same time, in the same breath, I'm the kind of girl that also likes dangerous adventure. I want to go zip lining, I want to go bungee jumping, I want to go skydiving, I want to seek thrills. I like multiple things. I have multiple interests, and that's okay. I don't need to box myself into one thing to form my identity. My identity is in the many things that I enjoy, and that's okay. Number 7, I possess what it takes to get every single thing I want, and that's true. I'm not even gonna lie about that. I do possess what it takes, and as someone again that deals with a lot of like self-doubt and things like imposter syndrome, I sometimes find myself in places, in rooms that you will be like, I would ask myself, like, am I really supposed to be here? Am I supposed to be here? What am I doing here? What's going on? But truly, at the end of the day, I do possess what it takes. And if I find myself in like a highly esteemed place, it's because I earned it. I earned the right to be there. So I shouldn't ever feel like I didn't deserve to be there. Does that make any sense? So yeah, I do possess what it takes to get every single thing I want. So if I'm finding myself in places that I never really thought I would be in, and I have my sights set on many other achievements, then I can get it because I have what it takes to get it. Number 8, I need to keep getting used to pain because that seems to be a major life emotion that is not going anywhere. And by pain, I mean just in general, with life in general. I think that pain is one of those emotions that we try to avoid. We pray every day not to experience any form of pain. But honestly, I think pain is life. And this is coming from someone that has experienced some losses. I've lost friends, people that were very near and dear to my heart, and I've mourned them, I have grieved them, and the pain never really goes away. And at the end of the day, as long as I live, there will be many other situations that will bring about pain. I just need to get more used to it because it doesn't seem to be a life emotion that will go away anytime soon. I feel like, oh yeah, I've lost certain people, and losing those people had me like frantically praying to God, I cannot afford to lose anybody else. I cannot afford to lose any of my loved ones. I cannot afford to let us all grow old together. But the sad truth is that not necessarily all of us will make it, to that old age. I'm sorry to say. And it might not even be me. I might not even make it to that old age, but I pray I do. But ultimately, pain is just part of life, and I just have to take it for what it is ultimately. Number 9, it can always get worse than it already is. I just need to stay grateful always, regardless, no matter what. No matter how bad I think my situation is, or no matter what it is I think I'm going through, it can always be worse. Truthfully, it can always be worse. But in the moment where I am, there are people that pray to be where I am. So ultimately, what will a little gratitude cost? There's nothing wrong with being grateful. Like, there's nothing wrong with also wanting more, praying for more, hoping for more, aspiring to more. But ultimately, I am still grateful for the now. It can always be worse. Like, it could literally always be worse than what it is at the moment. Number 10, my emotions are not too big or too much. I am allowed to feel. I am not too much. Growing up, and I don't think I've ever said this story online, but growing up, my report card always said, Favor is brilliant, Favor is this, Favor is that, but she talks too much. Like, literally from, I think, either nursery school till maybe JSS2 or something, my teachers were always commenting that on my report card every term, not even every session, every term. Favor is a brilliant kid, but she talks too much. Favor is a this, but she talks too much. Like, it got to a point that people felt like maybe my talking too much was a problem. And that's just one of it. And I feel like it kind of got to me for a while, where I just got all locked up, KG, stopped talking, stopped interacting. And I remember my parents telling me that when you were a child, you used to be very bubbly, you used to be very lively, like you were a very social, happy, bubbly child, and now you just keep to yourself. You don't even want to interact with people anymore, you don't even want to talk to us. And I'm like, when I was that bubbly, happy, interactive child, you guys kind of complained that I talked too much. It was also one of the things that my teachers complained about, that I talked too much. And now I shut the fuck up, and it's still a problem. Does that make any sense? So I've been giving myself common sense that, obviously, are there little excesses here and there that can be managed? No problem, they are. That's not a big deal. But ultimately, I'm not going to change my entire self. I'm not going to try to manage my emotions just for the next person to feel, I don't know, more comfortable. And when I say manage my emotions, I'm not saying that I'm going to throw empathy out of the window. No, but I'm just saying that I'm going to keep showing up as my authentic self. And that authentic self just likes to yap a little bit. And as an adult, and a fully formed one at that, I can now make the conscious decision to kind of navigate these big emotions. If I'm such a big yapper, I can direct that somewhere. Do you get, direct it to a good cause? So it's not like I'm just out here being a menace or anything, but ultimately my emotions are not big or too much. I can just be. I am allowed to feel. I'm not allowed to, I should not feel like I should always have to stifle my emotions, or bite my tongue, or not say how I'm feeling or how it is for me in the moment. My emotions are not too big. Number 11, I am allowed to take up space, and I'll continue taking up a ton of space. If that bothers you, honey, I don't really care. Yeah. Number 12, and this one gets me all the time. Don't tell me to smile more. Don't do that. There is nothing wrong with my face. Oftentimes, I hear people say things like, I don't look friendly to approach, especially when they see me on the road. They like second guess approaching me because my face doesn't look friendly and welcoming. And then they tell me this after they've, developed a sort of relationship with me. And they're like, you're actually very bubbly, you are very friendly, you are very kind, you are very warm. But Omo, I was afraid to approach you because your face. I'm like, that's just my face, honey. It's my rest. I have a resting bitch face. I'm sorry. I feel like I have a mean face, a resting mean face. But I promise you, it has nothing to do with you. It does not mean I'm angry with you. It does not mean I'm irritated by you. It does not mean I'm beefing you. Okay, I think we get the point. I kind of went overboard there, but I think we ultimately get the point. Don't tell me to smile more, okay? Don't tell me that. That's quite rude and annoying. There's nothing wrong with my face. Number 13, I have fought tough battles and won, and I should give myself more credit for that. I believe that everybody fights battles, everybody goes through, a lot of stuff, and we should not be trying to, it's not a dick measuring contest. You get, we should not be out here trying to compare and contrast. I don't suffer, I suffer past you, you don't suffer reach me. No, everybody fights battles. I have fought tough battles and I have won, and I will continue to be proud of myself for that. Number 14, evil isn't leaving this world anytime soon, so I will always amplify the good. And I actually spoke about this a little bit before my camera stopped recording, so this is me taking it again. Evil is not leaving this world anytime soon. And as someone that does commentary, I took a very, very long break from commentary, and I'll tell you why. I took, I think, over a year now. It's almost 2 years. It's been almost 2 years of me just avoiding and steering clear of commentary. Not necessarily because I didn't want to. I mean, I'm still doing commentary and I'm still going to do it like on the more public scale, but it was just more the fact that I was appalled. I was appalled by just how bad society is. And I'm someone that, I won't say I get easily rage baited, but there are some things that definitely rage bait me, especially in this country. And having to do commentary and assess these societal issues on an objective scale, I knew was going to be hard because I would just be angry. You get? And it's because people are evil. Like, people are downright evil, my God. But I've just come to realize that evil is not leaving this world anytime soon. As long as there is good, there is always going to be evil. So it's just up to me as a person to make it my personal mission to amplify good, to inspire good in any capacity that I can. So that's one lesson I've learned. Number 15, my mouth will stay razor sharp. I am not toning it down for nobody. Yeah, I have sharp mouth. People always tell me, say my mouth is not good. My mouth is sharp. Oh, I know the funny thing. I don't unleash my sharp mouth just out there unprovoked. No. You have to come for me first. And in fact, you have to have come for me on multiple occasions before I would unleash my razor sharp mouth on you. Do you get? So I'm not just out here being all snippy with everybody. No, but I do like a good comeback. So my mouth is gonna stay razor sharp. I'm not turning it down for nobody. Period. Number 16, and this one is a little personal. My purpose in life scares me. I am aware of it. It is huge and it scares me, but I would dive headlong into it. Plus, that's kind of the thing about adventure and thrill seeking, the fear of the unknown. You do not know what to anticipate, you do not know what to expect, so you just take it head on. And I know what my purpose in life is. If you do not know what your purpose in life is, maybe you should do a lot more introspection. And I would say that one thing that actually helped me discover my purpose early, or a person or people that helped me discover my purpose early, would be my parents. I guess it's good to have parents like mine, religious, prayerful parents that see life, that have that experience and see life beyond just what it is on the physical scale. So I do know what my purpose is, and I've known that for quite a while, and that has been with the help of my parents. But even without my parents, as a person that has been growing up into myself, or growing into myself rather, I would say that I have also had this deep sense of what I was placed on this earth to do. Do you understand? And it's scary, it's huge, but it's impactful. And I realize that anytime I find myself, doing that or doing something along the lines of that, there's this deep sense of fulfillment and satisfaction that I feel. So, as scary as it is, or as scary as it may seem, bring it on. Bring it on. Yeah. Number 17, I need to give myself more grace. It's my first time doing life, and I don't think I don't think I'm reincarnated. Genuinely, I think about some things, and I think about the amount of pressure I put on myself as a person, and then I remind myself that, fine girl, it's your first time coming to this life, oh. It's your first time doing life, man. Like, you're not reincarnated. I don't know if I'm reincarnated. I don't think I am. Sorry, there's breeze blowing everywhere today. I don't think I'm reincarnated. So this is literally my first attempt at living, at doing life for what it is. And I should just give myself more grace, because there will be stumbles, there will be tumbles, there will be failures, there will be tears. But ultimately, that's what life is supposed to be. Like, life is not just straightforward cookie cutter. There are windy paths, there are stumbling blocks, there are different things, and I just take it for what it is and keep it moving. So yeah, giving myself more grace. Number 18, I will make mistakes, some more costly than others, and it doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me a bad person. And this is part of what I'm saying, like piggybacking off of my last point on giving myself more grace. I will make mistakes, and I would say that's kind of something that I have to even remind the people around me. Do you get? Because I feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves, and we kind of punish ourselves when we make certain mistakes. Now, am I saying that some mistakes aren't costly? Oh, definitely they are costly. And am I saying that actions don't have consequences? Definitely they do. But at what point do we give people grace for their mistakes, for their errors? Even when it feels like patterns, even when it feels like, okay, maybe they've been doing this thing over and over and over again. At what point do we instead try to understand the root cause of it, or just, instead of outrightly villainizing them? Does that make any sense? So, like, I will always make mistakes. You will always make mistakes. We will always make mistakes, some more costly than others. But ultimately, if your heart is in the right place, it doesn't make you a bad person. Mistakes are made for you to learn from, grow from, and one day outgrow it. Like, one of these days, you sit back and look and be like, oh, well, I really used to do that, and I don't do that anymore. I've grown as a person. That's really what life is about ultimately. So, yeah, I always fix my mistakes because I like Shakara, so I always have to fix my mistakes. Yeah. Mm. Number 19, I will always be the main character in my story. It is my story after all, and I feel that is pretty much self-explanatory. Like, it's my story. There is no other person that is going to be the main character. I am the main character. I will always be the main character. I will continue to be the main character. So sorry if I'm giving myself more priority because I am the main character in my own story. It's my story after all. It's my story. All right. Number 20. I don't need to be understood by everybody. Whatever narrative you decide to run with about me, that one concerns you and your daddy. I actually wrote it out like that. I did. Honestly. So I feel like this is also me forcefully deliver myself from this people-pleasing mentality. As a first daughter, people-pleasing is actually hardwired into you from a very young age. You have to do everything right. You have to make sure you don't step on anyone's toes. You are respectful. You are this, you are that. Almost like be a mindless robot. And me, I'm mindless in the same sentence. It can never work. It can never ever work. So part of people pleasing is always wanting or needing to be understood by people. No, I didn't say it like that. No, I didn't mean it like that. And then I'll be explaining and over explaining and even digging my grave myself, like digging myself in a deeper hole, trying to over explain and give more context. And I know send your daddy. I don't need to be understood by everybody. Like the people that get it. If you are very, very important to me, then I would deign myself. I would bother to explain to you because you are important to me, and I don't want the narratives getting skewed. But outside that, if I don't consider you to be that important to me, I don't give a fuck. Now I'm concerned you your dad you. Any narrative that you hear about me, see, I'm of the opinion that as long as you cannot come and say it to my face, then it cannot fly. Like it doesn't fly, it doesn't bother me. So again, like I said, unless you come for me, I will not come for you, but come for me first. Come for me first, then I'll come for you. Anything that you hear about me, any narrative that you hear about me that you decide to run with, it concerns you and your papa. You know, concern me. Thank you very much. Number 21. People will disappoint me. It's not always a personality flaw, it's just life, and that's okay. And this is a little bit similar to my first point where I said that the world doesn't owe me a cent. Now, in this case, when I say it's not always a personality flaw, I don't mean me. I'm not saying that the personality flaw is like on me. I mean, it's not always the disappointing now we call them. The person that is disappointing me is not always a personality flaw for them. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So if I am me and then brother A disappoints me, it's not necessarily a personality flaw of brother A. It's just life, and that's what happens. I just feel like it's just one of those things. People will disappoint you at different, points in time. Pun intended. At different points in time, at different, situations, stages in life, you will be disappointed by one or two people. I don't think that that's now reason enough for you to just round it up to a personality flaw. Like, yeah, they are like that, they are bad, they are this. No. I still think you should give people more grace because ultimately, it's just how life is. It's just how life is, and it's not really that big a deal. Number 22. I'm going to be so fucking wealthy. That's how I wrote it. So I'm reading it the way I wrote it. I'm sorry. I'm going to be so flipping wealthy. I didn't use rich. I used wealthy for a reason. I am going to be so blessed. I'm going to live in so much abundance. I'm going to be so bloody wealthy. And that's on period. There is nothing that is going to stop that. There is nothing that is going to change that. Absolutely nothing. I am going to be so wealthy. Period. Number 23. I will always chase adrenaline infused adventure. And like I said early in my first 5 points, thereabouts, maybe like the second or third point, like I have many interests, I have many things that I like, and adventure is one of it. And I love things that give that adrenaline rush, not necessarily because I'm looking for trouble. No, I'm not looking for I just love that excitement of it. Like little things excite me, adventures excite me, dangerous things excite me, experiences in general excite me. And I think when I was still actively doing commentary, I kind of talked about wanting to travel around Nigeria, wanting to really explore the hidden gems and the touristy spots that Nigeria actually possesses, but isn't really tapping into because of the insecurity that is at large in this country. And that was my main point. Like, insecurity has robbed us of so much because Nigerians don't really connect with many other Nigerians because everybody is caged in their own geographic little compounds, locations, and things like that. Because why do people come online to say things like, person dey Jalingo, who is in Jalingo, who is in Damaturu, who is in Dutse, who is in Yobe? Do you get, like, people say those things and they say it like a joke, but the truth is there are people there. There are people that live in Taraba, Jalingo. There are people that live in Jigawa, Dutse, Kaduna. There are people that live there. There are people that have whole lives there, and there is such a huge disconnect because we are not able to explore the life and the cultures of these people in these regions, and they're also not able to do the same for us because of insecurity. And as someone that really loves adventure, that would really want to visit everywhere in Nigeria, I can't, because this country is so exactly. So now I will have to chase my adrenaline infused adventure elsewhere. Maybe if I leave this country, maybe if I jump out or something, and then I now get the chance to really travel safely. Number 24, we're almost done, so just want to go. Number 24, I will always choose God, and that's on period. And being someone that, this is my life, knowing the story surrounding my birth, essentially how my life has played out from the start to this point. Honestly, it's just the hand of God. I can't deny the work of God in my life up until this point. I cannot deny the influence and the impact of God in my life up until this point. So God is like a non-negotiable for me. I will always choose God. Life might be tough, and then I might sit down and start parrying for him, even though I'm not even in a position to parry. Like, what am I? Who got my daddy? I know, but life might be tough, and I might sit down and para for him. I might sit down and complain. I'll be like, "Oh, why did you do this to me? Why did you do this to me? You hurt me. Like, why are you doing it? Why am I suffering? Is it only me? Is it only me?" I might do that, but at the end of the day, it is still always going to be God. So that's just it. I'll always choose God. Number 25, and the last one. This is like, just light-hearted and kind of cocky, and the world revolves around me like mad. I'm sorry. That's my last point too. Let me just tell you guys now. The world revolves around me, and I am that girl. I am that girl. I used to try to be modest about it, but I'm a very lovable person. Like, I'm genuinely a very likable person. In places I find myself, people are just naturally drawn to me. And I need to I need to be proud of that. Like, I used to want to quote that and act like it's not a big deal. But it's a big deal. It's a big deal for people to just like you for who you are. And I am that person. People genuinely like me. People are cool with me. People they like being around me. And please, I'm sorry, the world revolves around me. As a Leo, and I don't do this on the nose, but as a Leo, astrology will tell you something that Leos are ruled by the sun, so that they're the closest to the sun, and then the sun is orbited by what? The planets, the galaxies, the cosmos. So of course, the world revolves around me. I'm that girl. So generally, I'm very, very happy that I got to do this because, it's a big deal to me. For my 25th, I wanted to do a photo shoot, the big 25th. And for some reason, that photo shoot did not happen. I wanted it to be at the beach, and it was kind of last minute, but so it could not happen, essentially. And by the time I'll post this video, I'll be posting this video on my birthday. So that tells you that the beach photo shoot didn't happen, which is cool. It's cool, no problem. But at least I was able to make something out of this. I'm going to be at the office on my birthday. Yeah, a girl has to work. I'm literally going to be at the office, and I'm going to go to site. Oh my god! And then the outfit I want to wear is too cute for site. But hey, I don't have a choice. I just have to do it like that. But ultimately, it's gonna be a fun birthday. My company has this thing they do for every birthday celebrant. They buy you cakes. They buy you your own cake. And then everybody gathers round, wishes you, sings for you, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be getting a birthday cake on my birthday and getting some work done. And there's nothing wrong with that. I guess that's just part of adulthood. That's just part of it. So yeah, these are 25 lessons, realizations, epiphanies, everything. 25 things that I would say I have learned for my big 25. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking till the very end. If you stay to the very end, wish me a happy birthday in the comment section. No, seriously, do wish me a happy birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to me. Yeah, happy birthday to me. I'm 25. Oh my gosh. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And yeah, the world revolves around me. Subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next episodes. Hopefully there'll be vlogs or maybe another reigniting diaries. But ultimately, I will see you guys in the next episode. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye guys. Mwah.